Good evening. It's April 11th, and welcome to a special edition of the Alan Osborne Show. I'm going to start out with talking about what's going on in the world. If you haven't turned on your TV lately, you better. And don't watch all the stuff about Bud Light and transgenders and getting rid of weapons and all the other bullshit. I mean, I watched Democrats on TV just monopolize the indictment of Trump and the stunts in New York and the stunts in DC. The Democrats announcing their national convention for who's farting dust, for their candidate. It's just sickening. But all y'all better have a nice cup of wake the fuck up. I don't know any other word for it. You better look on here and look at the Chinese and the Russians and everybody else in the world is looking at America, and rightfully so, like we're a bunch of freaking idiots. Because we are. We've got idiot leadership. There's nothing but a mass intent to racially divide the country into every group it can. That's what Democrats want. You're either a white supremacist, you're in the black group, the Asian group, or the Hispanic group, or the other group, or the transgender group. But they're going to find a group to put you in, just like Hitler did. He divided everybody up in groups, and that was part of the propaganda. And that's exactly what you see going on in America, a bunch of propaganda. It's time to close our borders. It's time to be in control. You don't get special holidays or celebrations. You can't force me to appreciate your way of life any more than you don't like mine. That shit doesn't fly under a constitution. I'm not going to ever celebrate transgender day or I'm the catcher day. I ain't celebrating none of that. Now, if you do, that's fine, but you're intent on making me and maybe my grandchildren talk about it in school. Hell no. Look, I don't get an award for sleeping with the sex I choose to, and you don't either. Shit. Get off of it. I mean, it's hilarious. Look, if you weren't born with a womb, you're probably a man. Okay. And if you weren't born with a penis, you're probably a woman, especially if you have a womb. This ain't that hard. But speaking of sex, guess who got breech loaded today? That's right, Mr. Mack himself. Oh, yeah. He's grinning because he got that Democratic breech load today. They had a special election in the Funiac today. And for once, the good old boys went down like hammers. They only had about less than 300 voters. And Mac got beat by over 100. In the Funiac, that's a crush. So to his lying, stinking, ugly, everything, any bad word I could think of that I won't put on the show, to his sisters, yeah, to you two, to hell with you. You tell people I'm troubled and I'm all this shit. He got his ass beat because he's a crook. And anytime you or any of Mac's family want to come out and actually debate me on the facts, go ahead, but you can't. But you went up there and backed this loser, and today he got broken down like a shotgun and had both barrels put in him, just like he did to all the people in the South End. This Democrat got what was coming to him. Now we need to indict him. He's falsified reports that have made people spend millions of dollars of tax money. Him and a few engineers in the county have absolutely, and who did it? Who helped him do all this shit? Oh, by the way, guess who's probably not going to have a job? Hey, Beanpole, we all watched your deposition on your job. So when you don't have this job, maybe you can go back to being a wine salesman or a cobbler or what other wonderful job? Cheese salesman, shelf stacker. Yeah, advisor to government contracts. Yeah, you go ahead and do that. I suggest you go back on disability. Maybe you won't hurt the rest of the people, but why he's sitting in that job? It was corruption. And guess who was sitting together up at the polls today? Him. Yep. And who'd you think would be there with him? Yep. Lidwell himself was up there. And then they had their and then they were up there with Mike, one of the candidates for, I believe, county administrator. They had him up. So, Danny, did you chastise Donna to see if people were checking on their application? And here you are at a political poll with a person who's running to try to be your county administrator. Look, hey, fat ass, go cut your grass. Go clean up your house. Go get some teeth for your head. Go get some black hair dye for your family. You fucking liar. You went down like a bag of hammers. And you and the three little pigs, you, Barker, and your piglet Mac, y'all got breech loaded today, Danny. Everybody's sick of this corrupt government in the U.S., and they're sick of it at home. And anybody that lives on Mac Bayou, this is the commissioner that knows it's in violation, yet he's okay with breaking the law because it's worth it to him. But like I said, Beanpole and Lidewell didn't get their way today. And Mac, they saw what you really are, and we all see it. Why don't you take your happy ass back to wherever you were for the 25 or 30 years that you left this county, because we'd all be better off. And that's the way it was. Lay out the tarot cards in the tax office. We're getting a reading. Stand by. You can't make this shit up. But these three bad cops right here, they've made a mess of us. And this is still a mess and not dealt with. Hey, Donna, what are you going to do? We're still waiting on you. Another meeting went by where you didn't do anything. And that's the way it was when Matt Carpenter lost an election on April 11th, 2023. One small blow for justice and one large blow to corruption, an airport, and some poop in a round lake. You can't make this shit up, but you can unelect it on the Alan Osborne Show. I'll see y'all next time. Y'all keep them straight now, you hear? Because they can't keep themselves straight. Congratulations, Uniac Springs, for not electing this loser again. Y'all did good. See you next time.